Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Breakdown.
Hello. Literally as soon as it went live, my computer cut out, so my internet went. Welcome.
Do you know how long it's been since I actually started the show, by the way?
It's a good job it's not live. Should we just take it from the top?
Yeah.
Go to do it. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Britballin. I'm your host, Matt McGugan, joined by my wonderful angel of the North, Adam Wilkin. How are we doing this evening?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. And how is my Manchester B doing this evening?
Absolutely buzzing. Glad to be back. Feel refreshed after a couple of weeks off. Obviously, we had the Super Bowl. I was not in any fit state to do the show after the Super Bowl. Hands up, that's on me. My bad. Okay, next time. And then obviously last week, you had your son up who you'd not seen for a while, so...
Yeah, I've not seen him because of COVID and things like that. So last week was the first time I'd seen him since October. So I took a short pass on the show. I do apologise, everyone.
Tom, how are we doing this evening? Pleasure to have you back. Pleasure to be back. Thanks for joining us.
Should we do the new little software thing now? Should we just in the background?
Cool, what do you want to do? Oh yeah, we can just have music playing in the background now if we want throughout the whole show.
Never knew we could do it.
It's a vibe. There you go.
We're
developing. We're moving.
We're moving. Thanks, StreamYard.
Thanks, StreamYard. So, yeah. What's been going on with you? I heard you've had a bit... So, before we go into that, actually. So, we set off as two dashing young males.
We did.
Just with an idea to do a show. We did a show. We had a couple of decent guests join us on the show throughout the years.
Yeah.
Then we decided to set up a team to do Team North. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we've had people go out to America because of us.
I've just realised where this is going.
So all in all, we've been pretty successful as two idiots from the North talking about American football. However, we now have a rule named after us.
It's not named after him, but it should be.
It is.
Oh, I'm going to get in stick again, man.
I mean, to be fair, you came on the show and had a hella rant.
I didn't.
I mean, I was uncomfortable.
It's such a... he knows quite well how much trouble I've got in for this, by the way.
So he went on a big old rant on the show about the state of 2G facilities, how they shouldn't be allowed in the league. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, next little roundup of bathroom rules changes, and so it pops up 2G banned from now on. Talk to us. The Wilkin rule we're now known as. I think.
I love it.
The Wilkin rule.
Health and safety's got to come first, my friend. That's
Fair
it.
Fair play. The Wilkin rule. So for the rest of time, will always be known as the Wilkin rule. If you ever get drafted to play on a 2G facility, and you'll know, because it'll have sand on it, you say, no, my friend Adam Wilkin stopped this. He saved my AstroTurf ass. And no.
Come on, man.
It's all down to you.
There's a very specific area in the
university in Glasgow shitting themselves now, scrambling about like Russell Wilson on fourth down. Looking for a different facility.
I'll just put this out there. I never mentioned them. Never said anything.
So if you play on green concrete and you now have to find a new facility, you can blame Adam Wilkin. However,
You're welcome.
Better. You're welcome for everybody else.
I'm not saying nothing.
Well, I mean, about bloody time from Jason. I don't know if he's referring to the rules or just the fact that we've not been on for 2 weeks. Either or, I'll take that as a positive. Feel like an Adam Rule t-shirt idea coming on. I think so. The Wilkin Rule, thank you.
I love it.
Yes. Let's go on to EP Sports. Hold on a minute. I want it now. Harry! I'll get Harry on the show.
Get him on the show now. Just see if he'll do it. See if we put it in there.
Yeah, and we'll get it made. They'll only be made in green.
I love it.
And just like we'll have like a red blood stain on the elbows.
Yeah, long sleeve, red blood stain on the elbow, and
the Wilkin rule.
Sand coloured letters.
Yeah, like it. Sand-coloured letters.
let's do it.
On the back, hashtag fuck Glasgow.
No.
No, sorry.
No.
Sorry, yeah, before the watershed, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I never. Right, listen.
Right, enough said. We're
You
moving
can't.
on.
Anyways, they can't find that show anymore. It's gone. So it does.
Did you delete it?
I had no choice, man. To take us to a tribunal and everything.
Bloody hell. So, speaking of Scotland, probably one of the biggest bits of news to come out of this week come from a Scottish head coach. Have you seen much of this? So, what happened was, I was surprised when I seen the Stirling Klansmen decided not to travel to play the UWE Bullets. It's a bit of a commute. I'm assuming they didn't want to get an arse spanking. But yeah, apparently their players. So it's very strongly worded statement that their players made the decision. As you know, in university football, players have committees, and it's a bit stronger than it is in adult football. For anyone who doesn't know, player voice is stronger, I would say, at uni level.
Yeah.
And subsequently, they decided not to play the game. Bryce Stevenson has hands up, took full responsibility as the head coach, but cleverly stepped down at the exact same point. So I'm taking responsibility, but not carrying on.
Well, come on, it's one of those situations where if his goal isn't the same as what the team's is, he's got no choice, has he?
No.
Like, he's done completely the right thing. If they didn't want to play the game and he wants to play, then he's got to say, "I'm sorry. If that's your attitude, I'm gone. Bye."
No, and I've seen a couple of comments from him where he, I think fair play to him.
I haven't. I've seen nothing. Is it on that other?
Yeah, it's on our former friend.
Oh well, yeah, I've seen nothing.
So yeah, I've seen a mini statement from him, which was interesting. I think you know what? I think he comes out really well from it. I think from by the sounds of things, the players just didn't want to go the same ways. So Bryce's was following on from the decision by the players and those associated with the Stirling Klansmen. I have decided to accept and take full responsibility for the decision by resigning with immediate effect. It is the head coach's responsibility to ensure that a team can honour their fixture demands and the requirements. Therefore, by not being able to do so, I accept the complete blame and responsibility for our team's withdrawal by resigning with immediate effect. I'd like to thank all the players, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's the crux of it. I think a very smart decision from him, probably the right one.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why Stirling players might not have wanted the travel. I can understand, right? Yeah. But at the same time, can I just say, like, we played Team Scotland at the University of Stirling, which is a lovely complex, by the way, like absolutely beautiful place. And there was a lot of their guys talking to players and things afterwards, trying to recruit them to go down for when they were going to uni. It's not really a good situation going on to say, like, we'd love to have you here, but we might not play all the games, sort of thing. Like, it's not.
Yeah. I know. I mean, obviously there'll be guys there, seasoned players who've played for many years, but for some players that'll be the first time they've ever got to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and their experience of that is the team around them quitting. Basically, for me, just screams out that we're scared. We didn't want to travel down to UWE, and we thought we'd get our arse handed to him. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I can understand the travel situation. It's a long old way to travel, right? Yeah. If it's, would it have been different if they had a chance of winning that game? Do you think?
Oh, 100% the game. If that's Cardiff, they could play that game. Anyone outside of the top four, at the top two, so they might not have played the Birmingham game, but I think they would have thought they had a chance against Birmingham. I think they play that fixture.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Really, It's a shame. Like
it'll probably be the demise of that program. It won't be surprised. I'll be very surprised if I see a turnaround. But I think when you start to see things like that, you lose the locker room. You've lost your head coach. People don't want to travel up there. It's already out the way. And like Connor said, they're gone are the days where you've seen, the Stirling videos where they're up at 5:30 training and all the great work they've done in the past with obviously Bryce and the previous regimes. I think this is the beginning of the end for him. I think Bryce was their shining light and a chance after obviously being very successful previously. I can't see it going anyway but down now for me.
I don't know. I think it depends on the reasoning behind it. Do you know what I mean? If it's down to, right, it's travel, we're not going that far. If it's down to, it's travel and we're going to get our backside kicked.
Well, I think they quoted like player safety. Oh, there was a turn of phrase. Let me see if I can locate it. Let me see if I can get my best Sherlocking on. There was definitely a phrase which made me think it wasn't about anything other than the players leaving because they didn't want to play. There's been a lot of stress on it being a player's decision in all the wording I've seen.
And I get that. Like, again, if it's down to they didn't want to travel that far because it's ridiculously far, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I completely understand it. But if it's down to they didn't want to travel that far because they were going to lose, then I don't.
So the playoff game between UW Bullets and Stirling Klansmen has been forfeited by the players of the Klansmen. Now, this is in their statement on Gridiron Hub. This was after they voted amongst themselves to do so because of player issues. Obviously, as a result, Bryce has stepped down.
It's this one. There was comments that D-Line would have needed to play both ways for the first time on other pages posts.
I like that. Other pages posts.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah, shoddy. Shoddy. Play the game. I've been a part of a team that has forfeited a game.
Yeah, I think most people have, to be fair.
And I can assure you that wasn't the players' decision. That was a coaching committee decision that we didn't want to travel up to EKP, and I was gutted because I was like, I don't care, I'll play both ways. To not quit and obviously let the other team down. But then again, there we go. That's the decision that's been made.
It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Let's be honest, but
yeah. It wasn't the only walkover. QMBL Vipers didn't play against Pride. Shock.
Yeah,
no reason has been provided.
Yeah, but same, isn't it, really?
I know, I just think... we've talked about QMBL because they've been in that close division. I'm just disappointed. Just hate to
Tell
see
you what
it.
I would have loved to have
Especially
seen on that day. Just a little scrimmage or something from Pride and Bullets.
Anything. Yeah.
Because they're right next to literally next door to each other. That would have been a good little...
Who knows? What happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, eh?
I know, but it would have been nice to see.
Would have been nice.
Who would you have supported in that one, by the way?
Pride.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. No, I just want to, while we're talking about Pride, I do want to just say a massive thank you to all the guys at Pride for sending me this jersey and signing it.
He's not had it off since. He slept in it every day. He keeps sending me pictures where he's just wearing that. For a price, I will share them pictures.
I'm just honestly really grateful. Like, over the moon that you've said it. I'm looking at getting it framed and we're going to get it put up on the wall somewhere. So I'm over the moon. Thank you very much. I might replace that photo with me daughter, I'll be honest.
Good to have you back watching, Daniel. Thank you very much for joining. So very interesting. So obviously, I'm going to go with some other massive news that came out of it this week. And I don't know if you want to ring this guy or because he owes us a favour. But Henrique, mate, have you seen the drama in the Sheffield Derby?
I have.
So for anyone who hasn't, let me see if I can find this. I need to find this picture. I think it was this guy. 1 minute. Bear with me, guys. I'm doing my best Googling for you all.
I'm literally messaging him to say, can he come on the show?
Let me share my screen. So pre-game, I'm going to set the scenario for you.
He owes us a cinnamon challenge as well, actually.
Pre-game. This is Kieran Patrick done. It's on his public Facebook, so I'm assuming he's okay with me sharing this because, well, it's been shared now. As you can see, our mate Henrique in the background there, planting a Sabres flag in the middle of the field.
Oh, Jesus.
So.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear Lord. So yeah, I don't think it worked out well for them. I think they ended up getting beat like 35-0.
They
However,
did.
I'm not finished sharing. Bear
No,
with me.
you're not. I know exactly what you're going to share now.
Bear with me. I've got something for you. I have to give credit. This is from Gridiron Hub. I'll big up them for sharing this. I have no. I'll share this now. Big up. I saw this before. So here we go. You can see that's a Sheffield Hallam player after the game waving the flag around, and then Sabres boys come in, huge block in the back, and it all kicks off. Absolute
Look at
brawls.
coach there. Look at the coach there, flatten that guy.
Oh my guy.
Go back. Lad in the red. What you see? See the guy that's got to be a coach, surely. In the red. Look at ball.
Oh, boom!
Oh, sit down. Who's the one with the hair just flapping? Get out the way, love. Get out the way.
Yeah, it kicked off big time.
That guy's trying to get his shoe on.
My guy in the red, do you see him scurrying off in the background?
Yeah, mate. He was gone, wasn't he?
Yeah, you can watch other stuff on Gridiron Hub, I suppose. It's okay content.
Yeah.
Helen in the red top, no doubt in my mind.
To be fair, it was a good hit. Some good recruitment going on down there in Allen.
I know some blocking in the back going on down there. Some savage shots.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
The refs report on that game at the end.
What is this clown doing?
Evan, get out of the background.
So Evans is going to come and share it with everyone. So Evan's been to Taekwondo tonight.
Hello, Evan.
He's got student of the month.
Well done, Evan.
In his first month there. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Right, I'm doing a show. See ya.
Evan, you can come on whenever you want because you can just kick him all out if you need
I know,
to.
you can kick my head in by the sound of things. Get out of it.
To be fair, he can only fight you in his dressing gown, so I wouldn't worry.
I know, yeah.
Just say you're not fighting me, you're not in your dressing gown.
I know, yeah. Be up there. So, yeah, so all interesting. So, but should we hit the playoff scores?
Yeah, go for it.
So
Do you want me to pull it up?
You put it up on the bottom and I can run through some. So, obviously, game number one, obviously, was the walkover, Bullets to Klansmen. Game two in that conference was Leeds Beckett Carnegie versus the Cardiff Cobras.
What a knob.
What?
They still haven't sent me anything. I'm raging.
Okay. You do support your boys. So my boys, CAF, got the win 52-6. We're on the playoff run. Absolutely smashing the Cobras. So, yeah, big up my CAF boys.
It was expected that result, though, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was fairly expected, I would say. Good result from them. I think, yeah, just a decent result, I think. Expected, but obviously I had to go and deliver business, so job was done.
Yeah.
Another expected result, Nottingham Gold 43, UWA Pirates 2. So a fairly comprehensive win again there for University of Nottingham. No surprises that those two go big on the wins. We predicted it'd be North heavy, but I'd say the surprise of the week and potentially game of the week was the Birmingham Lions 43 versus the Durham Saints 38. What do you know? You're from the Northeast.
I don't know nothing. I know nothing. I'll tell you what I do know. I'm getting a better hat than what you've just got, thanks to one of our friends. But no, I know nothing, if I'm honest. I have had a message off someone saying that they would love to come on the show, but they can't at the moment. There is a current media silence at the university, so they're not doing anything. So Henry K, maybe.
He's in a bit of trouble. To be fair,
he's watching though. He is watching.
But that stuff, like, I know that because it's with universities and it's representing the universities, they'll be looking into that. People will be getting in trouble for that.
Trust us, mate. I wish I hadn't deleted the last show that I had to delete, but because we had loads of views of people at BUCS watching that, by the way, because it was sent to a lot of people of me just bouncing off. So got a feeling this one might happen as well at the start, but never mind.
No, but yeah, so big shock win there for Birmingham. Great result. I think we both backed Durham, didn't we? Thinking Durham would win that one. I don't know if it was a switch for this game, but I've seen, I might get his name wrong, Eddie Onamana, I think is his name. He's an absolute athlete, usually plays DB. I seen he was playing QB for Birmingham. I don't know if it was this, but he's a freak athlete, so I'm assuming that's kind of what happened in that game, and he kind of just taken over.
Like I said, I didn't go to that game. I didn't watch it. It was on the Saturday. I think it was live streamed, but I didn't even watch it. Like I was down in Bristol actually.
Yeah. Shock.
Shock. But I did not expect that result.
No. So what that means is obviously UWE Bullets take on CAF as I expected, probably from there. And then a slight surprise, but Nottingham taking on Birmingham Lions. We'll mix it up this week. I'll take your predictions now.
For the Bullets, I think yes, they'll win. I'm sorry.
I think all we need to see from that is we need to see CAF absolutely rough them up. We need to see if
that is exactly what will happen.
We need to see if UWE can be put off the pedestal. I wish it weren't at UWE, because if it was in anywhere else other than that, I'd go and watch that.
Why don't we just go anywhere? It's not that far.
It is. It's too far.
Mate, the country's not far, let's be honest. We can go there.
So, yeah. I'm
going to take Bullets and I'm going to take Nottingham, 100%.
Yeah, Bullets Nottingham. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see, because I was surprised. I know it sounds really bad. I was surprised Nottingham didn't beat UEA by more.
I'm not.
43-2. I just thought it'd be more than that.
But maybe, I mean, it's one of them where I'm pretty sure I probably could have been.
Yeah, potentially.
But it's playoff football. It's very different to league football.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You get to a score, you might start changing guys up pretty quick.
So on to Div 1. Newcastle Raiders versus Manchester Tyrant. You was at this game?
I was at this game. It was a great game, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
It was actually really, really good. It was close. Manchester were winning in the first half. Well, Newcastle scored early.
Yeah.
And then Manchester came back into it and learned that they could run the ball on Newcastle.
Yeah.
And that worked really well for them. And then for some reason they went back to the really good. The right tackle as well, by the way. Oh my days. I'll rate that kid.
He's starting right tackle for Titans.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. I really rate him. Really, really good player. He's fast as well. And he's not built like when people think of a lineman in this country, they think of like us. No. Like this guy is like
he came back last year. He came back last year off lockdown, and I think he dropped like 2 or 3 stone. And I asked the same question because he was always big, and he was strong. But I think last year he didn't lose any of that strength, but he got that speed. I remember left tackles just came back as well, Lucas. He's so fast. The pair of them tackles are just so quick, which is just different.
Well, for me, he was my one to watch straight away. As soon as we were watching him pull from tackle, and they were running like a trap with him from tackle, and it was just it was dirty. It was just going distance, especially with that big running back we've got. It was nice. But then they went back to a passing game. The QB he's a bit small, hasn't got really a strong arm. And then when Newcastle got in the lead, they looked like they were holding on. They couldn't stop the run, but then Manchester went back to a pass game, and it just didn't really work.
No. Oh well, it seems like it was a good game because Newcastle scored pretty much first drive of the first half, first drive of the second half.
So, threw it up to Matty, I think. Receiver he was one of my under 19s last year. Quick, fast receiver, and you know what it is? It was one of them where I think if the wind hadn't have took the ball, it would have been picked off. Because the ball tend to it was stopping in the air and starting to drop, and then a gust of wind came and it just took it just past the DB, which he got on the end of it and scored. But it was good. There was a few little kickoffs in the game as well, which was always nice to see.
Yeah, things you love to see. Playoff football.
And I've got to shout out Mike Ripley, by the way, for hooking up some of our young guys that were there watching from the academy team, with some like t-shirts and hats and things to watch the game with. So
Scumbag.
it's a good lad.
Good
Night
lad.
gear, mate. Night gear. Lovely night gear.
Night gear, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. So good result for Newcastle going through to the next round of the playoffs. Well, they'll take the Nottingham Trent University Renegades, NTU Renegades, 54-0 against Edinburgh Predators. I'm assuming it was a tough travel and a tougher game for Edinburgh. So yeah, a bit out of the depth there. We knew that division was strong anyway. So it just proved it there, I suppose.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, very much so.
I still think that Newcastle-Manchester could have been a final, and I would have been happy for that to have been the final.
Yeah, it's because Manchester ended up coming through as the 8th seed.
Yeah, because they couldn't get a home pitch and stuff, wasn't it? It was like,
yeah, because they forfeited a game. I think they put them in the playoffs, but they went through as the 8th seed because they was like obviously Sabres was the 6th seed, and obviously Manchester had beaten them, I think, or whatever. They're a better team than Sabres were, and then they beaten Hallam twice, who were the 3rd seed. So you've got to think that was a game probably unfortunate. We probably like to have seen that in the semi-final at least.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it is what it is, isn't it? That's the game. We get to see Newcastle versus NTU. I think that'll be a close game.
So do I. And I don't know where I'm going to go with it after their result against Edinburgh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing much. I'm trying. I've looked at the scores. I'm trying my best, like kind of mind's eye, to see where that game goes. I think NTU shade it.
Do you think?
Just, yeah.
I don't know. Like, in my head, I still think Newcastle are the better team at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, this could go either way. Like, NDU's got a decent line. Newcastle's got a good scrambling QB. They've got 2 decent wide receivers.
Yeah.
By the way, they've done this little pitch thing with a tight end a few times. And Manchester could not figure that out. They ran it like 3 times, one way, then the other way, then back the other way, and they could not figure that out. And it was nice, really, really nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Newcastle on it. I'm going to say Newcastle win on that.
Newcastle win. I'll take NTU. I think NTU just win it, but it's a close one. But I think they just win.
Who's next?
Who is next? So then you've got Loughborough 15 versus Warwick Wolves 6.
Close game. Closer than what I thought it would
be. Yeah.
I know you like the Warwick Wolves, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I just thought they've improved quite a lot this year. They wasn't someone I thought they'd get to the playoffs, and they've done really well to get there and then run Loughborough close again in the playoffs. So I think a decent result for Warwick to go out just losing like that, but I think Loughborough go through with, with Loughborough you've got talent there, haven't you?
Yeah, massive union.
We've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it firsthand. I think at Team North with just the 1 or 2 players we had there, just seemed like studs, didn't they?
Yeah, Freddie Burton on baller.
Yeah.
Next one up.
So the next one up is Sheffield Hallam Warriors. Obviously, we touched on the game 35-0 against Sheffield Sabres. Obviously, that means that Hallam are through. So it's Loughborough Uni versus Hallam in that game. I think Loughborough win that pretty easily. I'll be honest with you. I don't rate that Hallam team at all.
Do you not?
No, I think they'll be good. They'll be decent. They clearly showed they can score. But I think personally that Manchester team was the best in that division.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's a very good division. I think the 2 best teams will probably be Loughborough and NTU. I think their conference was a cut above.
Now you're saying that, right? But I think Hallam might shock them here.
I'd be surprised.
Just with the style of football they play. They're gonna be big, aggressive, physical. I think they might shock them.
I'm happy to be proven wrong on that, but I can't see anything. I just think that Loughborough and NTU division was really strong, and I think them 2 will go through and play good in the semis.
Yeah, I mean it could, to be fair, but I'm going to take Hallam.
Yeah.
On that, I just think I know a few of the coaches there, really good guys. They've got some big linemen. I just think if they're physical and they set the physicality level high to start off with, I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's the same with the NDU game, by the way. If they're very physical in the line, like I know they can be, they'll beat Newcastle. The most physical team in those two games will win.
Well, yeah, you'd think so, but I just think
actually, sorry, completely changing, right? How many of those Holland players are going to be banned?
Well, that's another question. I mean, do you think that'll happen? I don't know if from that video.
Shit, I got banned for less.
Yeah. I mean, that coach will be anyway, whoever that is. I mean, fancy wearing a bright red top.
Oh, I bet you I'll get the blame for that now. Bet you someone says that to me. Christ. And Ellie, you know what it is? I was getting spoken to off the refs at the Newcastle game. I was just sat down and there was like a call that was there and someone was like, "Did you see?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Don't ask me, man. I was like, "No, I'm seeing nothing."
Cool. So obviously, then there's the Pride division. I mean, sorry, the South.
Division.
So obviously, Pride have had the walkover. And then obviously you've had Brunel Burners 23-7 against Hertfordshire Hurricanes. Bit of a shock. Did you see that coming out? I think
Brunel are a good team, mate. They are a good team. But Hertfordshire, they're a bit hit and miss this year, which I was a bit devastated about, if I'm honest. I know a few guys there, which is a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, good result then for Brunel. So they get the lucky challenge of trying to beat Pride. So we'll see how that works out for them. I think this will be a good test for Pride. It'll be a good chance if they are as good as we think they are. A good chance for them to flex the proverbial muscles this year, and see if they can take a big. If they beat them like 42-0 or something along those lines, then I think we know the type of team that Pride are.
Yeah,
if that's any closer, I don't think they're the team we actually think they are.
Okay, I know what they're like, but yeah.
Imperial Immortals 6, Portsmouth Destroyers 7, so a close one there. Obviously, the second seed Imperial Immortals going to the 7th seed. Portsmouth, bit of a shock, but obviously the seedings are always difficult because cross division you can never really tell, can you?
Yeah. It's a good result though. I love a game like that, by the way. 1 point in it.
Yeah. And then a similar close result, I would say, but Exeter winning 12-0 against the Royal Holloway Bears.
That was one of them games that could have went either way for me, that one.
Yeah. Again, it's always difficult, isn't it, cross division? The South's not our strength at the best of times. I mean, Royal Holloway, I think, only set up a team not too long ago, so fair play. You're in different
Royal Holloway had done very good at recruiting and things as well, by the way.
Yeah.
But I like Exeter's coach and staff and things, and they're a good uni. They're setting up a community team as well, by the sounds of things, which is good.
Nice. So let's go down to Uniball Div 2 North. So obviously you got MMU Eagles comprehensively handling the UCLan Rams 28-10. I think that puts to bed. I think there was a bit of a discrepancy in the last game, whether I think there was some dodgy calls we talked about on the show and different things. I think that kind of puts that to bed. When you beat someone 28-10, it's like, yeah, even though the last game was close with a couple of calls, we still would have played each other in the playoffs. And look, we still pretty much comprehensively beat you.
QB Alex Ross.
Yeah, I think he threw for 2 and run for 1.
Yeah, he's a good player, mate.
So well done to MMU for the win there.
I'll get wrong if I don't say as well. Jack Lewis, linebacker, wherever he's played well apparently.
Yeah, that's true. Edinburgh Napier Knights 8 versus Liverpool Raptors 24.
That is a shock.
Yeah. I mean, travelling. I think Liverpool have travelled up. Again, it's always difficult in that cross division. It sets up a nice game though in that semi-final.
Mate, I'm still shocked, if I'm honest, for that whole outcome that Edinburgh were in top of the division anyway.
Yeah.
But did you see the photo? Have you seen any photos from that game?
No.
Mate, I'm sure there's someone on Liverpool's team that's about 9 foot.
Really?
Like he honestly, like I just look in the photo. Unless everyone's 2 foot and he's 6, like he's 9 foot tall, mate. Like he's massive. There's like 2 or 3 of them that are just huge. So I don't know whether they've just struggled on the line because I know Edinburgh haven't got they didn't have the biggest line.
Yeah.
But they moved the line quite well. So I don't
Yeah.
know whether that's something there was issues there.
Like I said, it can be, Edinburgh could have that division that Edinburgh played in could have been a little bit softer then. And then as soon as they get into a bit more of a difficult division. No, I know, but you just don't know the division strength. I understand there's probably good teams in there, but I'm just saying you don't know until you move against a different division how good your talent stacks up against. And
he's enormous. Number 66, yeah. Massive. Like honestly, this kid that I've seen on the floor, he's honestly 9 foot tall. Like he's not allowed to dive in the deep end of the swimming pool because he'll hit the bottom. Like he's massive.
So a good result for Liverpool. I think that sets up a good game between MMU and Liverpool Raptors, who I actually still owe a cinnamon challenge on because MMU lost to Liverpool last time, and I backed Liverpool, so I do need to do that. I'll hold my hands up. I'll do it with Henrique when he's allowed to talk again.
Can Enrique just come on the show, just do his cinnamon challenge, and then leave? He doesn't even have to speak. I think we should let him do that. I think he'd be able to do that now.
I don't think so. I think he's
Do you think it's like a full like Warriors going dark sort of thing? Yeah,
I think it will be just for I think there'll be an actual shit. Glasgow Tigers 27 versus Lincoln Colonial 0. Kind of expected result.
Yeah, I expect that one to be fair.
A bit of a closer one. Staffordshire Stallions 18 versus Nottingham Green, who hosted the game 14. I think that was a closer game than the last time they played. I think Staffordshire kind of beat them fairly convincing the last time from memory, if memory serves right. So a bit of a closer game, but a good result for Staffordshire against Nottingham Green, who, let's be honest, will probably be one of the best equipped Div 2 teams.
Yeah.
With the setup from. But I mean, massive shout out to Nottingham. I think that's the first team in maybe Britball history, definitely in BUCS history, to have 2 teams go to the playoffs.
It's it's unbelievable, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Fair play.
Pete's just commented there. Liverpool well deserved the win. We were really rusty 4 weeks since we last played. Yeah, it's completely understandable.
Yeah. A good result. So that means we've got Glasgow versus Staffordshire. It's a tough one. I think Glasgow win that one. I think just because Staffs have got to go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what. I know it sounds thingy, but I think it's just enough. Bear with us. We're going to go into to Div South, Div 2 South. So Oxford Lancers and Greenwich Mariners has been postponed, so we don't know when that game is going to be played, but it needs to be played, obviously, hopefully this weekend.
I'm sure it's going to be played on Wednesday, isn't it?
What is it?
Maybe.
They can play it this weekend because all the semi-finals aren't till March 13th, I think.
Oh, well, they might be able to get it in this weekend, then.
Yeah, KCL Regents 34 versus Brighton Panthers 12. Result. Kent Falcons 9, OBU Panthers 0. Good result, Kent. I like OBU's.
6th of March is when they're playing each other.
Yeah. Oh, I was wrong. Bournemouth Bobcats 31. UWE Bullets 2s also in the playoffs 6.
Yeah, I was waiting for this one, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, it's another unbelievable thing that a university's got 2 teams to start off with. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think that's a bit of a cheat code because obviously their adult team is their senior team, as it were. Their A team is just an American team. So
yeah, they've got the American and the British team. I like.
They've got their American and their British team, and the British team.
You're gonna get so much hate, because I always get a load of messages of people afterwards saying we haven't got that many Americans, and it's just like
you've got loads.
It shouldn't matter.
Anywhere between 9 and 13 is what I'm estimating.
27.
27.
I'm joking. Before someone comes back and kicks off, I'm joking.
I've only got 42.
It's 28.
Yeah. That's kind of it in terms of the playoff pitches. I think what we can do is potentially hit up the power rankings once again. Yeah. We can revisit now. Now we're seeing a lot of this come to fruition. I think we can get a good understanding of who's gone where.
Definitely.
Let me pull that up for everyone.
Did anyone else see anything during the week's playoffs that they would like to talk about? Because I'm up for talking about anything as long as it doesn't get us a suspension again. Would love them at the minute. But who'd you shout to win it?
What's that?
Are you still saying Bullets to win?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Okay, so we got Bullets 1. I think they stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Thingy 2. Calf
Yeah.
3. I think these two swap now.
So you still keeping Filton at 5 though?
Yeah, I think they can just stay there for now. I don't mind them being there.
All right.
This is frustrating me now. Sterling. What to do with Sterling?
I think you got to leave them there really still.
Newcastle, Loughborough, Cardiff, I think slide out because obviously I don't think they were as... I like NTU. I think they put on a bit of a display there. And I suppose that a point could be made for Brunel, but I don't mind this. And I still think this will end up happening because of what I think. So,
do you think that'll happen, do you?
I think that's how we'll finish. I think the Newcastle lose a close game this week to Loughborough. But because of...
Aren't Newcastle playing NTU? Is that what you said? Or did they play Loughborough?
They might play NTU. Well, we'll find out anyway. But I think those two are very similar. NTU and Loughborough are very similar teams anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see how that goes.
I think NTU's a better team than Loughborough at the moment.
Yeah, it's been close though the past couple of games I think they've played.
I would have NTU above Loughborough on that.
On this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll allow that.
But I don't know why we've chucked so many Prem teams out at the same time.
Oh, well, because they suck. So.
It's because we can.
Yeah, we've only chucked Cardiff out.
I know, but didn't Cardiff do all right though?
Yeah, earlier in the season, but this is the playoffs. So
do you not think Cardiff would beat Loughborough?
No, I don't think they'd beat Loughborough. I don't think they'd beat NTU. I think they might be close.
We're going here, right? So let's just go one at a time. Do you think Cardiff would beat Loughborough?
No.
Do you think Cardiff would beat Renegades?
No.
Do you think Cardiff would beat Newcastle?
I think there's a chance. It's a close game.
But if you think that's the case, then Newcastle's got to be below there.
Yeah, but I'm just... That's just my opinion. I think what it takes is... I think that's the right from what's happened so far in the season.
And do you think Sterling would travel to Cardiff? I'm sorry. I had no choice. It was just a joke. It was building.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it was.
I'm happy with that for now. We'll see what happens next week. Hopefully, then that's when all the games are playing next week. So we'll have a.
They're not playing the week after.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was. Oh, maybe he was. Maybe Jason was saying 6th of March for when they're playing the game.
That's what I thought.
That's when the next round of games are. We'll see. Hopefully, it's hopefully it's next week because then we can do a decent enough show on Monday. If not, we might have to pull a guest together.
Well, I think we could get a guest, or we could go off topic slightly and talk about the upcoming season for adult football.
A way too early sneak peek into the adult season.
Wait there. Wait.
There's nothing. This is like, join us next week where Mike and Adam will recap.
I can go better with that.
Come. Join us next week where we will.
That's not the one I was meant to play, but never mind. Right, carry on. Just go.
Yeah, so next, I tell you what, that's a good idea. Next week we'll do a way too early pre-season predictions on the adult season. I might even let you talk about junior football as well.
I think we should do both. Adult and junior football way too early predictions.
Nice. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
But-
Do some promo this week. Get some eyes on it. Right, that's everything. That's us. Less than an hour.
The
Peace
music.
out, everyone.
Thought they were in
Glad to be
River
back.
Island.
Thanks,
Yes,
everyone.
we've missed you. I'm so sorry that we've been away.
Life happens.
Bye.
See you all in a bit.